Saturday, March 23rd, just after 6 a.m. I head out of the shelter. I got about, I think, 13.7 to do today. It's 42 and raining and windy. So it was a chilly night last night, and I slept on the top row, or the top floor in the shelter, and eventually I noticed drops of rain hitting my mattress and bouncing off and splashing on my face, and I was like, what is going on? So it wasn't like a major leak or anything. It's just every once in a while it would drip through and hit my mattress, and so I tried to slide out of the way of it, and that may or may not have worked. I don't really know. But I got up, had like half a liter of electrolytes, and I got Kate's Real Food bar and started off on down the trail. I'm head to toe in wet weather gear. So my phone's in a Ziploc right now, so I'm sure this video looks great, but rest assured you really wouldn't be seeing anything anyways. It's just my headlamp lighting the way a little bit and a bunch of rain coming down. So that's all that's going on today. Still looking to get up Clingman Dome on Sunday, tomorrow, and get into town and spend the only 2 sunny days in town, and then coming back out into the rain in the Smokies, which I guess when Dylan and I reconnect, so I didn't say this on here yesterday, I guess, or maybe I did, I don't know. Silent Bob and I got separated yesterday at Russell Field, because originally our plan was to get to Molly's and have a lofty goal of going to Russell Field. But then as we got in, we felt good, so we were like, okay, let's move the goal to Russell Field with a lofty goal of Spence Field. So we started talking, and Dylan's like, yeah, I feel great. And I was moving slow, but I was still moving, which is just kind of how I hike. I kind of go in airplane mode and just conserve energy because I don't know how many miles I'm going to put in. So there's a gap right before you go up into Russell Field, and we talked about how we had 1,000-foot elevation to climb to get to the shelter, to get to Spence, and how it was like 4 miles from us at the time. And you know, Silent Bob usually gets like half a mile ahead of me, and then he'll stop and wait for me to catch up, or at least to where he can see me, and then he takes off again. So when he got to Molly, he sat down at the bench, took his pack off, and kind of chilled. So when I got to Russell, no sign of him, nothing. So I assumed he just pressed forward, and I found it a little odd that I didn't see him there, but I figured maybe he just wanted to get the last 3 miles done and be done before the rain set in. So I saw the tarp blowing around at Russell, and I looked kind of underneath it. You know, you just kind of peek as the wind's blowing it, and I didn't see anything moving around in there. I didn't see any gear outside. So I assumed he moved on. So I took a picture of the sign, and I moved on. And then over the next mile, I don't see him sitting anywhere waiting. And then the next mile, and then the next mile. And so like eventually I start seeing people heading southbound that are out doing section hikes or whatever. And I ask them if they've seen, you know, a guy in a red hoodie. And they're like, I don't think so. So I was like, well, if you see him, can you tell him that I'm heading to Spence Field? So then, you know, the way hiker news kind of travels, like 3 or 4 people end up at Spence Field last night saying that, you know, Silent Bob was down there looking for me. So I sent him a text, and he finally got one. I don't think I had signal at Russell, but maybe there was. And he sent one back. And then we just decided he was just going to stay there for the night, and I was going to stay, 3 miles ahead of him. And we figured this morning he'd just catch me at some point. So let's see how it works out, because I don't know how excited he's going to be about today, or he'll love it. I don't know. But it is just raining, and it's going to rain all day. So he'll have like almost 18 miles of 17.7 in the rain. And that's gonna be quite a feat, but we'll see at the end of the day what happens. Maybe he catches me and we call it short. I don't know, but I really want to get there, because that puts us within like, I think 2 miles of, or within 3 miles of Klingman's Dome. So if we get up around and out around 6, we get up there around 7 something, that's prime time to get up to the top and watch the sunrise or the dawn start to break. So hopefully he could push through these miles today, and we'll link back up. But for me, it's just me almost falling over some rocks, and me trying to figure out which way the trail's heading. I've come to a little bit of a, it just looks like a little, maybe camp area. Yep. So I'll just keep moseying on down here, and I'm hoping at some point that we get a little bit of daybreak through the clouds. I don't know. I mean, I know it's not going to be this dark all day, so at some point I'll be able to pick up my pace. Any distance I could put in right now is just kind of bonus in the dark, and I'll take that and then run with it. So I've been talking 7 minutes of you guys watching nothing but like white blob, so I'll stop this here. Sorry. I can assume that this is typically a really nice view, but this is what I got this morning. It looks like extra and happy feet on the trail. So I'll end this here in a second. Hey, Smoky Mountains, huh? Look at that. Too much fun. So I'm heading to Double Spring Shelter. Here I got about 1.5 miles till I'm there, which will put us about, I think I'm within 4 miles of Klingman's Dome. And nature has made it so I can't see it, so the surprise is still intact. It's just been wind and rain and cold all day. So this will be 14 miles for me. Silent Bob did about 17 to catch up to me. Current temperature, I believe, is 37 degrees. And we continue to climb, which is going to be the story of the morning tomorrow. Climbing up to Klingman's Dome. If the weather report the other day when I had signal was correct, tomorrow's supposed to be sunny. So hopefully all this stuff passes overnight and we get a nice view in the morning. And then we're going to try to get down into Newfound Gap. Too easy. There goes my... He's usually in the shadows because of the fog, but there he is. Silent Bob has stopped to check on me once again. So it's supposed to get down to 26 degrees tonight. And we are, I don't know, I imagine we're above 5,000 feet. Maybe above 55, I don't know. We're 2.8 miles from Klingman's Dome, which is the highest point on the AT. But what I like the most is a couple miles back, the foliage changed to a bunch of evergreens. It's almost like coming up into like a little Christmas village where there's a bunch of Christmas trees. It's kind of silly. I liked it. So now we got a bunch of evergreens on the scene. And there's it's still foggy. I'm hoping it all clears out after midnight. That's what we're all hoping. We all hope we get a nice view tomorrow from Klingman's Dome, but you know, it's probably only gonna be in the 30s in the morning. So we'll see what we get, but here's home for the night.